Alright, part 4 of the Ul'dah main story quest line. Captain Baldwell's there. I've discovered something shocking, something horrible. Someone has been stealing gemstones from the copper bell mines and... Wait, those gauntlets? Those boots? Why, you're on Quiveron's men. Sir, that man's a thief and a scoundrel. And what of it? His coin's good and that's what counts. But, Captain Baldwin, are you working with these men? It cannot be. I told you to stay in Horizon, Footfalls. It didn't have to be like this. They'd get their Nashikite, I'd get my gil, and no one would be the wiser. But sir, what if your crimes are uncovered? What if Lord Lorito finds out? You goddamn fool, don't you see? I'm acting under the authority of Lord Lorito himself. No, that can't be true. Why do you think people join the Brass Blades, Footfalls? To serve and protect? Ha! We're not the bloody flames here. We do this for the coin. You there, adventurer. Do you remember me? Well, I remember you. I am Sir Baron von Quiveron, the fourth Esquire. You killed my brother, and I'm going to return the favor. Well, that settles it. It's clearly in everyone's interest that both of you die. It's time to do your duty, Footfalls. Time to die for your country. Why, Captain? Why? I trusted you. That doesn't. That key bounce makes sense. Yeah. Stronger than I thought. Damn you both, you're ruining everything! That's enough, Baldwin. Your partner is dead and your plans are undone. You have no reason left to fight. Stay out of this, Nilfric. I don't take orders from you. I may have spared your life before, but if you interfere, I will not show you mercy. What mercy will he show you, I wonder? You who have done so much in another man's name. What are you blathering on about? Every fisherman in Crescent Cove knew about your meeting, you arrogant fool. Quiveron's men couldn't keep their mouths shut. Imagine Lord Lorito's surprise when he learns that a rank-and-file brass brave is using his name to advance a personal agenda. He knows. 7 hells on a captain, he wouldn't. I was once a captain too, remember? We both know what happened to me. Well fought, boy. You've done the brass boys of the Rose proud. Captain Milford, Captain Baldwin, he said that Lord Dorito won't waste his time on a small-scale smuggling operation. This is all Baldwin's doing. What else did he say? That all our brethren are no better and that each of us cares only for not the coin? Ha! Mere excuses to justify his case. I've no shortage of greedy sods. Some who would probably sell their own mothers into slavery if the price is right. But the men like you, Fufalupa, good and true, whom the small folk respect. Which is why I gave you the dagger. The brass blades of the road need a leader with honor, and you're the most honorable man I know. Captain! Thank you for your help, Aunt. Captain and I will escort Captain Baldwin back to Horizon. Pray visit me in town when next you return. Welcome back, Hank. So much has happened. Captain Baldwin has been arrested and stripped of rank, which means the brass blades of the Rose no longer have a captain. So a new one is designated and I've been ordered to serve as acting captain of the Horizon garrison. Though doubtless this is only a temporary arrangement, I will do my utmost to represent my brother and protect the people of Horizon. Thank you, Hank, for your service to the Sultanate. You're a true hero. I salute you, honored friend. As acting captain, I should be much obliged if you would grant me a personal request. In our efforts to ascertain the full extent of the former captain's corruption, we have been poring over his personal correspondence. One such unearthed the sealed letter addressed to a man named Owen. But he's one of the Sultan's sworn elite. I cannot think of no reason why you should have any dealings with Baldwin. We now know the former captain was consorting with a coalition of criminals. Could it be that Owen was too? This letter may well serve as evidence of the collusion. I dare not tamper with myself. But given the evidence of recent days, I know not whom to trust this information until now. Chosen you, and keep. Pray bear this letter to Mrs. Momodi in Quicksand and relate the circumstances of his discovery. Not only she is staunch supporter of the Sultana, but she's well acquainted with the Sultan's sworn. She will know how best to proceed. Now we can go do some Thaudemerge quests. Alright. Do I detect the scent of ether? And I trust a stench. Oof, it is a Malchus blood. Oh, 10 vials. 20, 30. Sight of such much ether is just so very comforting. What have we here, Kokobani? Is this the crate that was stolen? I see Amp-Cube's lessons have had the desired effect. Yeah, what's in the vial? Viscous liquid you have there is a beastman blood. Kokobushi should be pleased. Kokobuki! You left word for me to visit the ossuary. Have you finally decided to begin my training in thought emergy? Ah, Kokobushi. Good of you to come. I was here kind enough to obtain a supply of Amalgam blood for you. An alchemist acquaintance of mine explained how you've been using the substance in research to create a mana-amplifying elixir. Naturally, you are most interested in the results of such experiments. So you see, Busey, your work as an alchemist already puts you in a position to work alongside us. You need to become a thought emerge to become part of our family. That's right, Busey. Besides, the battlefield is a dangerous place, and our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm. I see. This is but another attempt to dissuade me from pursuing my true calling. I do not want to cheer you from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight at your side. Busey. We cannot just cannot stand the thought of you being harmed. Pray do not be doing anything foolish. Amkip, if you're done here, I would speak to you further. That was a good emote there, Brucey. I love this particular soundtrack. As I mentioned before, Kokobushi is dangerously unsuited to the wielding of the autumn energy. Even with proper training, he would be unable to evoke the smallest flicker of flame. Where you attempt to force a manifestation of power, the strength of his woefully inadequate with etheric reserves would likely kill him. Oh, the mood this evokes. I could just imagine it being a part of a symphony. Ah, but I did not request your presence to discuss my brother's tragic circumstance. You have completed every trial set forth before you thus far. I believe you are sufficiently entrenched in the abyss of thought emergy that a sojourn to another guild will not unduly affect your studies. Within the walls of Ul'dah, you might visit the pugilist guild and train at the feet of Hammond Holyfist, or cross blades with the first sword of Mila and the Gladiators Guild. Or should you tire from the demands of battle, there are guilds that offer instructions of the trades of weaving, goldsmithing, and alchemy. I believe there's even a guild that teaches mining, of all things. Should hope, of course, that thought emergy remains your first and foremost obsession. Do not absent yourself from us too long, Amkip. Almost one-handed. Plus item level 1. There's 9. Yeah. And none of these are upgrades, so there you go. Just curiosity. Real quickly, the macros. Summoner. Black mage. Red mage. And one will not be using blue mage. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, Saith. Nice. Tell me, Amkip, the Yawning Abyss beckons once more. Today, Kokobezi will instruct you from the chapter entitled The Threat of Superiority. Come for your lesson, Anakin. Then heed well my words. The threat of superiority. Ah, how magnificent the intimidating power we wield. Flames sear the air, ice frosts the ground, and lightning flashes with blinding incandescence. But not all are cowed by our elemental fury. Ignite not your flames, summon not your ice, and strike not with your lightning. Know you this threat, and stay your hand against such foes. Once you cut away the overblown imagery, the passage draws attention to an important tactic. Wise thaumaturge does not engage in battle against opponents he cannot defeat. A fine example would be avoiding conflict with Ul'dah's multitude of furious merchants. These soulless, ravening creatures are afflicted with the madness of insatiable avarice. Do you perhaps recall the crate of ether you retrieved from the Amalja bandits? Well, a number of irate peddlers have arrived at the guild with just the gall to demand recompense for a few measly vows that we empty our just reward. Alright, yes, we drank the entire bloody box. But the point is that the guild cannot presently afford to pay such a sum. Thus I pass on to you the secret of my last and most potent defense. Shameless weeping. I'm not speaking of a few tears here. I want you to stride out there up to these tyrannical traitors and cry your eyes out. Dude! Thaumaturge! What manner of guild are you running here? Do you simply loot and pillage the goods of fine upstanding citizens as you see fit? Hey, you ether-swilling miscreant! Where's the guild you owe me? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Did your mother never teach you that a merchant is to be paid for his wares? There's a reason I'm no longer a manager. I don't want to deal with this crap. It's not that... Oh dear, I'm not angry at you. You understand? It's those 5 ether-addled brothers I take issue with. You tell them the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides. All right, son. I know you're the one who chased down those Amalja brutes for us. I'll let it go this time. Let it go this one time. For your sake. You need to cry over a few vowels of ether, lad. I'll tell you what. You dry your eyes for me, and I'll take care of the loss out of my own purse. And boy, do I feel dirty. Massive performance anchor. The sniffling was a nice touch. You will, however, encounter foes who are unmoved by such piteous wailings. Take this recent quest, for instance, of which I have nominated to serve as your next trial. A team of scholars have asked us for a thaumaturge to destroy a cursed relic they have unearthed known as Momo's Urn. While pottery is by and large immune to tears, it is the Alacran thieves that subsequently stole it that concern me. The Alacran are an organization of criminals not only known for their gentle or understanding dispositions. Rather than attempt to engage their entire gang of other thugs, I would suggest that you neutralize their threat to your person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alacran have been seen traveling out in the southeast of Drybone. Find them and destroy the urn they carry. Drybone. Okay, so I will be going. Yeah. Might not be going there right away. So now we're going back to the MSQ. There will be a point where I might have mentioned this with the Marauder quest, with the Marauder duty that interrupted the MSQ on the Limsa run through. There might be a point where I might split off the jobs into their own I am keep. It's been too long. Dadanan tells me you've been keeping busy with the in Horizon. I want you to know that I'm grateful for everything you've done for the people of Ul'dah. Even though you've been seeing the city side of a city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Believe me, the folk around here love you for it. What's that? You look like you have something to say. So, that's what this is all about. Philip was thinking that Owen might be in league with Baldwin, that this letter could be proof of something shady. Oh, he needn't worry. Oil's as loyal as something sworn as I've ever known. I'm foggy, that's what he says, but... Wait a minute. Wasn't Owen the one who... Oh, hells. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sam, I think I know what this is all about, but I need you to swear to keep it quiet. If you'd rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you. But if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word and I'll explain. So one thing I didn't pick up the first time through when I was leveling my monk is how much Lord Dorito tacitly plays into this. And he becomes quite the important figure later on. So this is actually introducing quite an interesting layer to everything. I like it. Can I count your description? So listen closely. Ooh. The outside world believes Ul'dah to be a sultan, ruled by Sultana Nanamo Ul'Namo. Truth is, though, it's the 6 wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway, the syndicate. Be that as it may, the Sultana has still got support of the people. But she might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owen's the sultan, so that was charged with guarding it that night. I bet anything this letter was written by the bastards who made off with the crown. Can't be a coincidence that the man who we knew to have been fraternizing with the thieves had a letter to Owen of all people, this of all times. You needed to take this to the man himself, Ankip. Tell him Momodi sent him, and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fellow needs help, I want you to lend to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. Checking something real quick. Sure. So I am curious about something that's not been explained or shown, seems to have come up late at all. Is that the Gladiators Guild? Alchemist Guild, okay. When you get off the boat or the carriage in the story, when you start the game, the peddler gives you something. It doesn't say what it is, and it doesn't seem to have come up anymore at all. And wow, I would have, if this is World of Warcraft, I would have thought that would have been a Hearthstone or something like that, but that's completely irrelevant here because of the ether rights. Interesting. Heart of the Sword lies beyond. State your business. Pardon, did you say a lost heirloom? Proceed. And we never enter this room again. Well met, adventurer. What business brings you here to this day? Letter? Very well, let's see. Have you read this, adventurer? I see. We have some inklings as to its contents, I think. Mistress Momodi has doubtless explained to you the significance of the crown, and what this loss could mean to her for Grace and the Sultana. The theft shames the Sultan's warren, and me most of all. The blame is mine, you see. I could lax my duties in a moment of carelessness. No, it will do no good to recount the tale now. Since the hour of the theft, we've searched frantically for any signs, any whispers worth its whereabouts of the ground. We have found nothing. The identity of the thieves and the motive seem fated to remain a mystery until you arrive bringing this ransom. And if the criminals take the prize for the return to her Grace's crown. And though it pains me to say it, I fear I have no choice but to acquiesce to their demands. Too much is at stake to do otherwise. The crown symbolizes her Grace's birthright and identifies her as the custodian of the Ul'dah legacy. It must be recovered. I will travel to the Unholy Heir and pay the ransom. Though I'm not foolish enough to meet these men alone as I stipulate, I dare not bring a host of my comrades lest the thieves take to flight. Friend, would you consent to being present for the exchange? Mistress Momodi has always spoken to you of you in most glowing terms, and I've never yet had reason to question her judgment. On behalf of those loyal to the Sultan, I beseech you, help us in our hour of need. Pray meet me at the Unholy Heir in Central Thanlon, east of the Black Brush Station. If the gods are good, the exchange will proceed without incident. Nice. We'll just put it there. Now that Gil is no longer an issue for teleporting. Oh, right. Well, here we are at the end of this particular playthrough.